Exploring career paths and opportunities, enlightening students by helping them develop essential skills, and connecting them to the professional world. We bridge the gap between undergraduates and their future careers. We are UP CAPES, unparalleled commitment, agility, professionalism, excellence, and service since 1991.
Achieving a vision involves consistent little efforts. Planning out our objectives, focusing on the process. We lay down the groundwork, and maybe we reap rewards. However, while there are many paths to greatness, we shouldn't limit ourselves to taking just one route. Small steps matter. And with guidance, you'll be one step closer to achieving your dream.
This event wouldn't be possible without our company partners. Career Development Month 2020 is co-presented by UP CAPES and INKOMPASS in partnership with Accenture, Analog Devices, JPMorgan Chase Company, Maxim Integrated, Mondele Philippines, Nestle Philippines, Texas Instruments Philippines Incorporated, and Unilever Philippines.
Wake up, London. Rise and shine, Shanghai. What's up, Mumbai? New York, New York. Get out of bed. Greet the day. It's time to make a difference. Forge ahead with new ideas and work together. You'll dream bigger. After all, you're an artist, an athlete, a tech enthusiast, a role model. Remember, your differences make us stronger, make us smarter, more innovative. It's in our culture at JPMorgan Chase, our DNA. Every career is designed with you in mind, to make an impact, to lead. Extremely impactful. Because the chance of a lifetime is all in a day's work. And when the day is done, you refresh, fuel, and get ready for tomorrow. So good night, Rome. Sleep tight, Sydney. Sweet dreams, Tokyo. We'll see you in the morning.
We are the makers and bakers of Mondele International, the world's leader in global snacking. Our future has never been brighter, tastier, healthier, sweeter, crunchier, or bolder.
We're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with fresh questions, ideas, and perspectives. We are ready to disrupt.
It's our mission to lead the future of snacking around the world by offering the right snack for the right moment made the right way. We are snacking made right.
This opens up exciting possibilities because if you make it with us, you make it with pride.
You'll work with brands that people fall in love with. They remind us of our childhood, the warmth, the delight, the memories.
We are constantly innovating for the future. As our world and tastes change, so do we.
With us, you make it uniquely yours because we want you, just as you are, leaning in, speaking up, and challenging your limits.
With us, you make it a better world. Being global isn't about being big. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself.
A place where the world is yours to protect as well as enjoy. A place where days are filled with different voices, different possibilities, different cultures, but driven by the same shared purpose, empowering people to snack right.
With us, you make it happen.
We're hungry to seize every opportunity and stretch towards new challenges, loving what we do, but not taking ourselves too seriously.
With us, you'll have the space to make a difference, to do more, learn more, and grow more.
Make it with pride.
Make it uniquely yours.
Make it a better world.
Make it happen.
Make it with Mondele International. Snacking made right.
Every day, we are changing the world. We are dreamers. And we are doers. We pride ourselves on perfecting the small. Our 30,000 employees design, manufacture, test and sell tens of thousands of products, tiny electronic chips that are key ingredients in things you experience every day. Look around you. We are there. From connected cars to intelligent homes, from self-monitoring health devices to automated factories. Our technologies are adding intelligence to every type of electronic system, making them safer, smarter, and more efficient. With our global sales team of engineers, our website with deep technical resources, our broad portfolio of products, and our investments in our own advanced manufacturing, we have a unique approach to helping our customers make their design dreams a reality. And along the way, we remain true to our deeply rooted values of integrity, innovation, and commitment. Wherever our ingenuity shines, new possibilities emerge. Chip by chip, design by design. At TI, we are creating world-changing technologies every day, and we can't wait for tomorrow.
Ma, di ako makatulog.
Lika anak, may kwento ko sa'yo. Isang araw, tumigil ang mundo at nagsitago ang mga tao sa kanilang mga bahay. Ngunit nagsimula ang tulungan at napawi ang pangamba. Nakita nila na mayroong pag-asa dahil ang bawat isa ay nagpakita ng malasakit.
Malasakit?
Ang malasakit ay ang lubos na pagpapahalaga sa kapwa na napupudyok sa iyo na kumilos at tumulong. Malasakit para sa kalusugan ng bawat isa. Malasakit para sa kabuhayan ng bawat Pilipino. At malasakit para sa lahat. Pero di dito nagtatapos ang kwento. Sa bawat malasakit na naranasan, naipadama pa siya sa iba. Sa malinis na pangangatawan, sa ligtas na tahanan, at sa sarap ng kainan. Pagtuloy-tuloy ang malasakit, tuloy-tuloy ang pag-asa. Ito ang ating kwento. Kwentong totoo at nagsisimula ito sa'yo.
Kahit ako?
Oo.
Hi everyone, I'm Lyra and I will be your host for today. Welcome to Career Development Month 2020. Hello to our YouTube viewers. This is the first time UB CAPES is holding this event. For the month of November, we will be having different initiatives to equip engineering students for their future careers. So please stick around because we have so much in store for you for today. This week's talks are all about getting set with job hunting essentials. Through Career Development Month, we can all prepare for our careers through the practical guides and tools needed to successfully apply for a job. And today, we will be learning about personal branding. But before we start, I'd like all of us to look back when UP CAPES launched its year-long campaign last September. Small but consistent steps are essential to any career development journey. Career Development Month is one such step that can help you gain relevant career skills, ultimately taking you one step closer to your dream career. All right, I'm sure everyone here is so excited for our talk show. Let us now introduce our speakers for today. Ms. Julia Robillos is a certified master personal brand strategist and corporate image consultant business executive. Having been trained under personal branding guru William Arruda, she is the first and only Filipino certified master personal brand strategist. Considered an image consulting pioneer in the Philippines as early as 1997, Julia is also a founding member of the AICI Philippine chapter. She is also a member of the Society of Certified Etiquette Trainers USA. A highly sought after speaker in personal branding, professional image, and workplace civility, Julia is considered a go to source for business image, civility workshops, and personal brand coaching. Ms. Jozelle Tech, widely known as the brand fashionista, started hustling after finishing her advanced diploma at only 18 years old. She has been in the online industry for over 11 years now, starting as a generalist doing all kinds of online work to eventually finding her niche and establishing her career as a personal branding and creative solutions entrepreneur. She founded and is currently CEO of The Rolling Media. The brand creative consultancy works with personal brands of creative entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, and content creators by increasing their impact and visibility online. The Rolling Media helps these solopreneurs monetize their expertise, increase their online impact, and have more bandwidth so they can focus on what they do best and turn their business into a passive income earning machine. Let us all welcome our speakers to our talk show about personal branding.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Miss Jozelle and Miss Julia.
Good
It is
afternoon.
yes, it is an honor to learn from you today. Once again, I am Lyra. Uh, yeah, so there, think that it's I think that personal branding is a universal concern for a lot of us individuals. I mean, regardless of what you work on, what you study, what your career paths are, I think that all of us really consider the kind of image that we project onto other people. So it's really interesting that the both of you are well established experts in that department. So I'd really like to know um, what is your story? How did you start out in the personal branding industry? Perhaps Miss Julia can go first, and then Miss Giselle.
Well, the personal branding, actually, I started as a fashion designer, and I was not satisfied being a fashion designer, so I further went into studies. Like I went to the States to study color and fashion and image, and then one day I bumped into a friend. She has this certification of CMPBS, and I said, "What is that?" So I did some research, and my first time to listen to William Aruda, and I was so inspired. That was in 2012. So I took the personal branding survey, and the what is this? The brand that I thought my brand was actually not my brand. So when I took the personal branding survey, it turned out that I was somebody like I am inspiring person, or I was an inspiring person, which all along I thought I was a motivator. And then I took the exam, I studied further, and I wanted to become a speaker because I want to share the personal branding in the Philippines. And so I decided to study further until I got the certification to become the master personal brand strategist under William Aruda for more than 3 years. Yes. So that's my advocacy now.
That is really great to hear, Miss Julia. I guess it goes to show that even though personal branding isn't your original career path, perhaps somewhere along the line you realize that it is something that you're passionate about and that you're really interested in going into, and that it's not too late. It's not too late to really finalize what you really aspire to be in your life. So perhaps for the viewers out there who aren't sure about what they'd really like to pursue, maybe there is some kind of journey that you will undergo that will hopefully be fulfilling in the long run. So thank you for that.
I'd like to add. For your information. Actually, my desire, when I was in high school, I wanted to take chemical engineering because of the salary, and then I studied BS chemistry. I studied BS chemistry, and after college, sabi ko, wow, ang boring pala ng work na yon. Becoming a teacher, so parang hindi ko yata siya linya. So, and then sa laboratory. And then finally, I started working as a medical representative. And then I became a fashion designer, and the rest is history.
There's so much that you actually went through. I personally would like to share that I'm currently a chemical engineering student, so I wouldn't really know what the future holds for me. So that's really interesting to hear. So thank you. How about you, Miss Giselle? How were you able to start? Okay.
I was really a graphic designer for more than 10 years already. And I used to work from home. And after working for so many years, like I'm working at home, but still, it's like I'm working for a corporate, but online. And so I started doing freelancing. And one thing I learned from freelancing is it's not a job, it is a business. It is something that you need to build on your own terms, on your own ways for you to actually build a business revolving on your lifestyle. And so when I learned about that, I realized that for the past years, I really didn't have my own personal brand. I was just a mere designer for different companies. And so when I shift to being a full-time freelancer, that's where I started building my personal brand, because I was part of the community, the Freelance Tribe community. And in there, we were taught that you need to be working directly to clients, you need to be building your own business from your own personal abilities, not with any connections with other companies that you work with. And so I started from there. Actually, I just started building my personal brand for the last 2 years. It was really quick, but I definitely, I can definitely say that it was all worth it, because from the moment that I have decided, okay, I need to build my personal brand, thinking you would probably be asking, ano ba yung personal brand? Di ba? And that's actually just, for me, branding is all about perception. It is about what other people think about you. It is not what I say my brand is, but what other people say what my brand is. So I just started showing up on online. I stumbled upon on YouTube. It was just really a spark of the moment when I decided to create my YouTube channel, and then everything just started there. Like, alam niyo naman 'di ba sa internet, sa era natin ngayon, parang ang bilis na lang lahat. Parang you just put out a single video and then kung saan-saan na siya makakarating. Or kung ano-ano na yung duduktong dun sa isang content na yun. And that started, that's how I started. From YouTube, and then people get to discover me. And then I was still continuing my freelance business. And then eventually after a year, I launched my own brand creative consultancy, because before I only do brand design, brand identity design, all about branded graphics. And then when I met my mentor, VanDusen, he's from New Jersey, I I became more interested with the whole personal branding subject, not just with the design itself, but also strategy and marketing. And I just really got to love it. And when it comes to personal branding, you get to really know a lot of people. You get to know more of their stories. And from there, dun pa lang sa mga stories nila, marami ka nang matututunan. Marami ka nang may experience with other people. And that's what I really love about it. So there.
That is really interesting to hear, like considering all of the possibilities that you can experience when you when you try out something on social media like YouTube. There are a lot of vloggers, a lot of influencers that really just start out with their simple profiles on like TikTok, Instagram, you name it. So yeah, I guess it, as I've mentioned a while ago, personal branding really is some kind of universal concern, especially in the age of digital media, social media. There are so many opportunities, so many platforms for us to be able to express ourselves, sell ourselves, and such. So, but there, as engineering students, we are kind of stereotyped to always be solving, making calculations, memorizing formulas. But as I've mentioned a while ago, personal branding is something that we think about. But yeah, is there something that you can, is there a definition that you can give for personal branding, because it isn't something that we have a full grasp on as engineering students. Perhaps Miss Giselle can answer first, and then Miss Julia.
Okay. Well, as mentioned, for me, personal branding is all about other people's perception. It is about what others think and feel about you. Um, I think personal branding is all about building a result, a reputation, and trust with your audience. And who could be your audience? One, just the other day, someone asked me like, if I don't have an audience, how can I actually start my personal brand if it's about the perception of others? Well, everyone have their own audience. It could be their family, their friends. It doesn't need to be someone you already wanted to work with. Like kahit sino, that could be your audience, like anyone in your inner circle. And because branding is all about people's perception, it is because people buy from people. They don't really buy from a company, from a product, you know. And if you are building your personal brand for yourself and let your business revolve around it, then that's the best way for you to actually gather more um, audience. And when you have more audience, then you can definitely build more trust and reputation around them. Para siyang domino effect na pwede kang mag-umpisa sa sobrang maliit lang hanggang sa lumalaki na lumalaki. Just like with my friend and my business coach. He's actually a UP student as well, John Pagulayan, and he just started his his personal brand within his own inner circle, and then people get to know him as the pioneer of in the Philippine online freelancing because he really paved the way for literally thousands of people and Filipinos to achieve financial freedom by mentoring them on how to make it big on freelancing online. And so his personal brand for me is one of the best examples because it is established with real world results, promising reputation, and solid trust. And that is what for me personal branding is all about.
That's good to hear. But I'd like to have a follow up question on that. Since you
Mm-hmm.
said that personal branding revolves, I guess, around other people's perceptions of you, what can you say about this famous quote that keeps going around, like what like you shouldn't care a lot about what other people think. You should focus more on being yourself. What is your view on that, and how can you strike a balance between having a lot of concern for what other people think and still being able to develop what you personally what you personally feel should be your image?
Exactly. Actually, thank you for that follow up question because with my example earlier with John, the best part is he have perfectly built his brand without him knowing it. No intention at all. He was just being purely himself. Just like with me, people get to know me because I just put out content that I just really think I interest me, like the Korean series that I watch, the opinion that I have for this particular brand, for the election that happened in the United States, the everything that I think and believe about authenticity and transparency is just what I'm putting out online. And people who I attract are the people who are my ideal audience because I don't need to be pretentious at all because I would be attracting people who also resonates with the things that I do, I like, and I am interested with. So definitely, it's it's a hand in hand. Like yes, personal branding is all about the perception, but n- not because it's about perception, you will be pretentious for them to have a good perception of you. You just need to be you because personal branding is all about being yourself. Like the more you are, the more impactful and powerful your personal branding is because it's just you.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate how you got to clarify your definition of personal branding. Maybe we can hear more from Miss Julia about this. What is your definition?
Actually, I 100% no, I totally agree with Giselle. Now, before I define personal branding, let me begin that the world of work has changed, and it has changed forever. No? While it is true that the pandemic has disrupted our lives to the max talaga, no? But we're Filipinos, we're very resilient ang Filipino, so wala tayong problem done. However, I strongly believe that these three things, I always tell this to my participants, I always share this to my participants every time I conduct workshops on personal branding, image, and civility. Three things that affects our businesses today or will affect our businesses tomorrow. No, three things. The power of social media. Social media is very, very powerful. So if you want to become successful, or if you want to build a strong brand, make sure that the social media will work for you and not against you. Second, your target audience or the people now are ILPs. I call them ILPs. Intelligent, loving, and powerful. And sila yung mga tinatawag na universal geniuses. Before they will do business with you, they will research or Google you. They will check your profile online before they hire you. Even yung mga pictures mo ng estudyante ka pa. Kaya I always tell my student participants that make sure pagpapasok ka na sa career world o sa corporate world, medyo itago mo na yung mga, alam mo na yung mga medyo bad for the brand. No? So, yun, itago-tago mo na yung mga ganun. And then, slowly, you have to change your language. No? And so, yun. And then third, the most challenging. The workplace now has become a multi-generational workforce with leaderships and personality gaps. At the end of the day, ang kawawa are the newcomers. Diba, may Gen X, may Gen Y, and then there's the what we call the stalwarts in the organization. So, kapag hindi ka marunong mag-present ng iyong personal assets, then you make konting challenge doon. Now, in order to succeed in this new business environment, you need to identify your personal assets to clearly communicate your unique promise of value. Kasi branding is about something and not 100 things. Tama yung sinasabi ni Jozelle, no? And paano mo gagawin yun? By becoming credible and visible to those people who can make you become successful. Now, the more you work towards credibility and visibility, the quicker you get into the inner circle, in your company, in your department, and ultimately in your industry. And then, pag ginawa mo yon, the result, wow, you will be known by the most committed and well-connected people who can help you achieve your goals. So for me, so what then is personal branding? Actually, siniguro ko sinulat ko, hindi ako magkamali. It is totoo yun. It is what other people think about you. It's all about what makes you unique, what makes you exceptional, what makes you authentic, and finding a way to deliver that to your target audience with clarity, consistency, and constancy. Later, meron akong i-share sa susunod mong tanong na lang. So yan, it's all about perception, tama si Jozelle. But remember, there's a story. Magagawa ka rin ng story. So mamaya na lang yun, baka ma-preempt yung next question mo. Para na akong mag-lecture kaya mamaya na lang ng konti.
Thank you so much, Miss Julia, for that. That is so rich, and I'd really like to express my appreciation for what you mentioned about diversity, because at this age, it really is true. We go out and meet a lot of different kinds of people of different ages, of different races, different interests. So it really goes to show how important it is to establish a personal brand, because we connect with a lot of different people, and once that we professionally connect with them, be a part of their company, we will be embedded into their image. We will be embedded into the image of the community that we serve. So there, it really shows how relevant it is to establish a personal branding of your own. So for students these days, since they would be going right into job hunting, especially for the ones in their penultimate years and their graduating years, I myself am a student. I'm also considering going into job hunting, internship hunting as early as now. What can be some ways that we can develop our personal brands before we hop right into job hunting? Perhaps Miss Julia can take.
Actually, I make sure na naisulat ko, there are 4 steps if you want to create a personal brand that is not just strong, no, but sustainable. First is no. So apat lang words lang to. Know, show, grow, and go. Know, it is about uncovering who you are, what makes you unique, what motivates you, and what makes you exceptional. Knowing what attractive attributes or brand attributes differentiates and makes you stand out. So mag-inventory ka ng mga unique talents mo. Mag-take an inventory bago ka mag-apply. Kasi hindi naman pwede lahat ng resume padala mo, yung resume padala mo sa lahat ng company and then you land with a job na parang pinagsisisihan mo maski isang trabaho doon, di ba? So, kailangan mag-inventory ka o fit ka ba doon. By the way, wag mo lang, hindi dapat sila ang nag-qualify lang. I-qualify mo rin si company kung fit talaga sa'yo. Kasi nga, you don't want to, magre-regret kang haba-habang panahon, sayang naman yung time mo. So, yon, what differentiation makes you stand out. And then you validate the differentiation. Number 2, show. You need to craft a compelling brand story. Kasi if you will make your own story, other people will do it for you and baka hindi mo gustuhin yon. So craft a compelling brand story with clarity, consistency, and constancy. Mas kilala mo sarili mo. So dapat klaro, ano ba talaga gusto mo? Kasi people are open naman na sila eh. Ano gusto mo? And of course, bucket story. Because people listen to stories. So dapat yung story mo unique sa'yo, hindi gaya-gaya. Dapat kung ano yung story na gusto mo makreate hanggang makuha mo yung job mo, yun pa rin. I mean, gusto mo makilala ka ng tao. And then, again, ulitin ko lang, because people listen to stories, so make sure that your brand story is working for you and not against you. Let me just give you a very, very typical example. Like, dressing appropriately. In business, image is very, very important. Although ngayon meron ng video bio. So depende again, you can submit your portfolio na hindi na kailangan like 2014, William Maruda was saying, kailangan video bio na hindi na yung resume lang. Doon pwede mo nang sabihin lahat. But remember, that's a powerful video bio. But what will happen during the personal encounter na? So again, dressing appropriately because the way you dress speaks a lot about your values. And your values are your operating principles to make your vision reality. Kasi baka ito yung brand mo, pero yung values mo, iba naman ang message na sinasabi mo. Sabi nga ni Miss Jozelle, di ba? It's the perception of other people. So baka iba tingin mo, okay lang ako, I'm happy-go-lucky, wala akong pakialam dyan. Pero you're applying for a job na medyo seryoso at mataas position, So again, dress appropriately and then speak with integrity. Practice using graceful language. Because in business, imagine, magaling ka na at lahat. Ang galing mo sa numbers, ang galing mo sa chemical, o ano ba yung mga, na yan. Sorry, nakalimutan ko na yung BS chemistry ko. Matagal yun. So, wala na ako na-memorize except H2O. So again, speak with integrity. Practice graceful language. Ano pa? Practice civility. Embrace civility as a way of life. And commit to stop rudeness beginning with yourself. So that's the show, because that's always part of your story. Third is grow. Build and based on who you really are. Know your top 5 values and make sure you join a company that is aligned to your values and work on becoming the poster child of those common values. Yun, tataas ang credibility mo, tataas ang visibility mo to those people who can help you become successful. And this is the bonus, when you align who you are with what you do and how you do it, you will become the most influential, indispensable, and incredibly happiest person doon sa workplace ninyo. And number 4, go. Go is all about involving and engaging experts to expand your brand equity. Collaborate with experts, sabi nga nila. If you want to become an expert, learn from the experts. And itong kinikwento ko ito, as I said, I started as medical representative, BS chemistry, and then I became a medical representative. Mahilig lang ako sa damit. Kaya I put up my own garment company. Dahil sa damit ko lang yon. And then it became, it grew big. I am actually one of the manufacturers ng corporate uniforms, particularly China Bank. And then the industry became a bloody red ocean industry. So sabi ko, oh wow, medyo mahilig ako sa magagandang damit. Hindi pwedeng mura. So sabi ko, kung lalaban ako doon sa competition ng market namin na dog-eat-dog industry na bagsakan na ng presyo, hindi kaya ng powers ko yun as an artist. So, nag-elevate ako. Doon ako sa Go. I became an image consultant. And dumami na rin ng image consultant, by the way. We started, 5 lang kami dito sa Philippines. Isa ako sa founding members. Dumami na rin. So what makes me different from them? Then I became a certified master personal brand strategist. So yun yung now, I collaborate with them. I collaborated with my competitors in the uniform industry. So I'm the consultant. I design everything. And we work together. So yun po siya. Kaya yun yung go. Collaborate and evolve also. Kasi syempre, pag hindi ka na relevant, wala nang gustong makisama sa'yo. So that's it.
I really love what you said about going and being able to reach your dreams by selling yourself, showcasing what is unique about you, what is exceptional about you. But I'd ask a follow up on that. What would be your advice for students who are struggling on their self confidence? What if there are a lot of things that they're insecure about? How can they overcome these in order for them to be able to establish what they are good at, what they'd like to sell to other people? Miss Julie.
Okay. Actually, in my workshops, I always share this habits that I learned from William Maruda, the 3D. Kaya sasabi na, be a 3D branded professional, the ditch, dare, and do. Oh, by the way, there's a book niyan, bilhin mo, the ditch, dare, do. The ditch is, dapat yun ang gagawin mo eh. Isipin mo permi yung 3 D na yon, ditch, dare, do. So if you're struggling with self-confidence, to be honest, you're looking actually, no, ako, marami akong ganyan dati. And is just keep on learning. Alam, pag nagkamali ka, tanggapin lang. But ito yung 3 habit, late ko na kasi nalaman eh. Like ako, 40 plus na ako, nearing 50 na ako nung malaman ko tong ditch, dare, do eh. Ditch is very simple. Ditch is, you ditch a habit or a weakness that will not make you become successful. Like for example, hindi ka confident na akala mo kasi parang, kasi kailangan doon magaling dapat mag-English, di ba? Ganun yun, ano? Alam niyo, ang communication naman, hindi naman pagalingan ng English eh. Naintindihan ka ba nung kausap mo? Ganun yun eh, no? So, if that habit or mindset or weakness, no, will impede your success or will hinder your success, ditch mo lang yun. Kasi hindi naman talaga ang bigay ni God na gift sa'yo yun eh. Meron pang iba dun. Probably mag-click ka sa YouTube. Like ako, to be honest, weakness ko yung ito. So ngayon, nag-aral ako ng digital marketing. Wala akong choice eh. I need to be visible na eh. Kasi dati-rate, kahit 1,000, 5,000 tao, kaya ko magsalita eh. It's actually, takot ako doon sa yung ganitong social media. Hindi ako ganun ka-comfortable. Pero what I did was, I studied master classes, I studied digital marketing, so unti-unti natututo na ako. And of course, siyempre, nag-hire ako ng social media manager, o di ba? Maraming experts sa kagaya kay Jozelle, di ba? Marami dyan, ang dami-dami nila, no? And then, of course, the next is dare. Yung ditch, tapos yung dare. Dare to do something na hindi mo pa nagawa. Subukan mo lang, and trust me, kapag ka naging successful ka doon, grabe ang confidence mo, biglang, oops, tataas yan. Like ako as a speaker. The first thing that I did was, nag-conduct ako ng seminars, alam niyo kung saan? Sa mga schools. Kasi wala naman silang choice, makikinig sila, di ba? And then I offer my services for free sa mga elementary schools, sa mga teachers. And then yung evaluation, nung lumabas ang evaluation, oh wow, naging 8, naging 9, dati may 6 pa eh. Naging 9, naging 8 na, oh sabi ko lalo, gumanda na. And then the do something na, extraordinary. Gawin mo yung mga bagay na hindi pa ginagawa ng ibang tao. I-try mo. Like ako, I enrolled the personal branding. Di ko alam kung dapat kong gawin doon. And then slowly, ayun, na-build ko na siya ng medyo maganda-ganda. So yun. Yun lang. Ditch, dare, do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that. It reminded me of this famous book I heard. Every scary situation is an invitation to be brave. So I really think that can be applied in this situation right here, especially with our personal branding. How about you, Pa, Miss Giselle? What can be the steps that students can take in order to establish a personal brand, as well as how can they also um, expand in terms of having more connections?
Mhm. Okay. Well, I totally agree with Miss Julia. It is really about having your own story, you as the middle of your personal brand, because the single most important ingredient in building your personal brand is you. As I mentioned, the more you are, the more magnetic your personal brand will be. And to be honest, during this time of pandemic, the only real way that anyone can compete and win nowadays to be seen or stand out is by being true to themselves. Kasi no-brainer na yan eh. It is who you are na. And you just really have to know how to leverage your own unique attributes and turn this into your superpowers. Sometimes this could be things that you are not necessarily fond of about yourself. Minsan ito pa yung parang ayaw mo sa sarili mo or you feel na ito yung weakness mo. But it is actually what other people resonate with you because it's real. Dahil sobrang totoo siya, it is authentic, and it humanizes you, and it's in making you more relatable to your audience. Because nowadays, everyone wants to reconnect to something or someone real, yung totoo, 'di ba? Because being authentic can be cliche for others. While the truth is, being authentic is just being okay, not to be flawless at all times. That you'll be okay na hindi ka perfect. Also, authenticity doesn't mean not trying to improve yourselves naman. Na you just live the way you are now. It is actually knowing your weaknesses, the real you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and be comfortable with that. And from there, once you have acknowledged that, then you have the chance to actually improve it. And you would definitely know the path that you would want to take for your own personal brand, for your own self. Diba? Actually, it goes the same way um, with me. When looking back, I have not shared much photos of myself on my wheelchair because I was thinking wala naman siyang dadagdag dun sa pinopost ko sa social media. But when I started attending events, I started posting more about me, then people get to know really without no pretension at all. Kasi yun na ako eh. Diba? So they were just really surprised. And actually surprised when I go to events before the pandemic. I would always attend conferences, events, or kahit na simpleng get-together lang and community. And then I would be surprised. People would go to me and then they would say like, I'm just really inspired that you can be yourself without actually being scared of what other people will say. Eh, diba nga sabi ko kanina, it's all about perception. So, the thing is, I don't want to be perceived as someone who is scared of the real me. Because I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of who I have become. And so I just show it as well online and offline. Like the thing with personal branding, it should be consistent. Consistent is real key in terms of being a successful personal brand. Whatever people see you online, whatever they see online, that will be reflected online. You wouldn't you wouldn't want them to be confused like, oh, sobrang ingay niya sa online. Like sa mga videos niya, pero kapag nag-meet pala kayo sa offline, in person, parang hindi siya, halos hindi siya makagalaw, halos hindi siya, like parang sobrang mahiya pala siya. So you would want to be consistent about it. And I guess for you to really have a successful um, personal brand is knowing how to drive awareness to yourself. It is like, as I've mentioned, you need to learn, leverage your unique aspect, and turn it into your personal superpower. But if no one knows about you, then it stands for nothing. In order for you to have a successful personal brand, you need to get known. And you're probably asking, so paano yun? Then you just definitely need to show up. You need to generate buzz about yourself, about your business, about your services, anything about you. You need to create or turn a glance into a stare. So you would be able to transform an audience to a subscriber or to a paying customer. Like with you guys, sa mga students pa ngayon or gagraduate na, you would probably be thinking, saan ako hahanap ng kliyente? Or saan ako hahanap ng trabaho? What if baliktarin natin? Paano kaya ako mahanap ng kliyente, na ideal na kliyente ko? Paano kaya ako magkakaroon ng opportunity without me actually chasing so many companies, so many people? Because let's be real, you would want to have that instead of the way around, di ba? Na ikaw yung apply dito, halos lahat sinendan mo na ng resume. So the thing with driving awareness is knowing your funnel, your customer journey. It could be a company, it could be a specific client, it could be anyone that you would want to work with. And sa funnel, the number one on the top would be awareness. The top of the funnel is always awareness. I always believe that awareness breeds familiarity. Familiarity breeds confidence. Confidence breeds trust. And trust breeds closed deals, closed sales, or closed job opportunities. So it will start from awareness, and you will need to go through those next steps for you to get the sale or the deal that you would want to have. And again, paano naman yung awareness? Then what is the first step in getting a client or in getting a job? It is definitely making people that you're actually looking for a job, that you're actually doing this service, diba? Because if people don't know, then they will never refer you to anyone, or they will never think of you on this particular job or on this particular business or industry, 'di ba? Kaya nga kapag dun sa mga ka, kapatid na mga kaibigan ko na mga graduates na, they just advise them, like, you just show up on social media, like you talk about the things that you've learned on school, di ba? Or the things you are interested with, or the things that you would want to pursue, or like if you have a passion project or anything about the thing that you have been doing, because you already have social media. You just need to know how to leverage it towards your advantages.
Yeah, I really agree with what you said about after coming to terms with who you really are, what you want to show, that you just really have to show up. And I think that every place, every platform, every setting is a selling place for you. It's an opportunity for you to be able to expand your connections. So I really like what you said about that, Miss Giselle. What about you po, Miss Julia? Is there anything you would like to share po about expanding your connections to other people?
Yeah, actually, it's like this. In the new business environment kasi, where our decision making is now masyadong complex, tsaka mabilis, no? Your personal brand is your career compass. Yung gaya na sinasabi niyo, Jessica, it's your career compass. Pero parang lahat-lahat yun, isang question lang yun eh. Every time na nagpo-post ka sa social media, ano man yung sinasabi mo, no? Yung sabihin na natin may advocacy, like ako, in my case, my advocacy is really civility. how to handle people with grace and confidence. Kasi in business, marami talaga sa corporate world because I'm a trainer, no? And only one question. In everything that you do, every communication na pinapadala mo, every event na atinan mo, everything na gagawin mo, ang isang tanong lang is this on brand for me? Kasi ang gusto nating mangyari, hindi lang naman to build a strong brand but build a sustainable strong brand until, until maging successful. Kasi sayang naman, trial and error ka, di ba? So now, since available na lahat, you have experts, you can ask anytime, you can go research everything. Wow, sobra na kayo talagang kompleto. Kaya lang, and I'd like to share this. I've been wanting to share this, to some of my friends din, maski sa seminars namin na sinasabi ko kami, dalawang lang. Be a branded professional, a 3D branded professional. Apply the ditch, dare, do. No? Yung ditch, a mindset, or a habit that will hinder your success. Anything. Pero kung hindi naman, yung weakness na hindi naman nakakahinder ng success, so kalimutan mo lang yun. Dead mo lang yun. Di ba? Walang problema yun, no? And ano pa, yung dare na sinasabi ko is, dare to be exceptional. Dare to be extraordinary. Do what others hate to do. Sa corporate kasi ganun Ikaw yung ayaw, siguro basahin nyo na lang o research nyo yung story ni Li Ka-shing. Napakaganda ng story niya. And the do is about building a network of brand ambassadors. Kasi sa business, importante, like ngayon kasi sa age ko, of course, hindi pa naman ako ganun katanda, but business legacy business na kasi ang tinatayo ko. I joined an association wherein there are group of business people and we just, refer each other's businesses to another person. Parang ganon. So, sobrang maganda siyang avenue. And sinasabi ko dito, do is about building a network of brand ambassadors by leveling up, not only on Q. When I say MQ, your mental quotients, but also in your RQ, relational quotients. Because you know why? Life is relational. And the more you build good relationships, the more you become successful. Maganda kasi kung yung story mo, sila na mismo yung mga brand ambassadors, wala ka na masyadong effort. And because you build more good relationships, the more you become successful. And remember this, your success will be measured by the way you beautify lives, solidify relationships, and happify your team. Para wala kang kalaban doon. And then yung pangalawa, be strategic and proactive in presenting your personal assets. Kasi kami, nakikita namin yung mga conflicts sa corporate. And the young people, they just leave the company, sayang Sayang talaga, sobrang magagaling because the middle management, hindi sila marunong. I'm also part of PMAP, the People Managers Association of the Philippines. And sayang, nawawala yung isang magaling na bata because the management, the middle managers, they were so, wag na lang natin gamitin yung word na negative, pero hindi kayang handlein ng mga bata. Ay, ang mga bata, kagaya niya mga millennials, mahina kayo mag-handle ng conflict. That's the reason why you keep on transferring company to another, Eh tapos ito si mga Gen X, hindi sila marunong mag-present kasi masyado silang straightforward. And then the young ones like you, the millennials, you're so excited to present your intellectual assets na biglang na-threatened si Gen X. So doon nagsisimula yung conflict And yun yung problema actually ng corporate world. Ewan ko lang ngayon, masyado nang sobrang overflow ng mga mga empleyado kasi marami nang walang trabaho. So again, be strategic and proactive in presenting your personal assets. Now, as you grow, as you build your business, there will be competitors. Meron may mga opponents ka. So, dapat magaling ka rin mag-handle ng opponents. Magaling ka rin mag-manage ng yung mga organization. Kasi may mga allies ka And lastly, pursue success with significance. Because it is the why of what you are. And trust me, people will remember you and that is your brand. You know why? Because our brand is held in the hearts and minds of our target audience. Sabi nga ni John Maxwell, di ba? They will not, people will remember how they feel. They will not remember who you are sometimes, but they will remember how you make them feel So yun yung, siguro, kaya ako nasasabi kasi medyo, I am now building my legacy business. Done. That's it.
What really
Yung
I'm sorry. Oh, is there something else that you'd like to add po ba?
No, actually, wala na. Unless ay tatanong ka.
What really struck me about what you said, Miss Julia, is that life in itself is relational, and I think that that is really true. When before I started this talk show with you, I had a lot of concerns about personal branding. I thought that it was something that's super intimidating at first, but now that you said that, since life in itself is something that's social, and it's a lot simpler than it looks. You just have to talk to people around you, talk to people closest to you, and a lot of things can proceed from there. So that's really inspiring, and I hope that a lot of people were also inspired to do that as well. Just a few steps that they can take, and then they'd be leveled up in so many ways possible. So thank you for that. As I mentioned, both of you are pretty well established branding coaches, and as such, you may have taught hundreds of people by now. So, are there any personal branding success stories that you would like to share with us today? Perhaps Miss Julia can start.
Now, I'd like to share this before ko malimutan, ano? Baka malimutan ko lang kasi. There's a free survey on personal branding, the 360 personal branding survey by William Maruda. I think for a while na nag ano siya kasi, medyo nag-upgrade siya konti. I received an email parang last month na it's now available again. You can take that survey. I started with that. Yung survey lang na yun because I got tired sa aking garment business. Sabi ko, naku, kailang malaman ko kung ano talaga, para saan ako. Kasi confused na ako kung gawin ko to. Marami kasi akong ginagawa. And because of that survey, I was able to identify my top brands, my top unique attributes, my brand attributes. And then I focused doon. And my number one, akala ko motivator, my number one pala, according to the survey. No, kasi you have to send out the survey sa mga friends mo, sa mga kilala mo. And then they'll i-fill out nila yung form without their names. So talagang yon, talagang walang biases yon. And then it turned out that my number one brand attribute is inspiring. So every time I conduct a seminar, every time na may ginagawa ako, ang goal ko is to inspire, and to inspire. And alam nyo, probably hindi ako kasing visible ng iba because madami akong ginagawa. My time is parang marami talaga akong ginagawa. So ganun ako ka-busy. And pero every time in ako, nagtaka sila, si Julia, di ba, branding is about something and not 100 things. So if this particular group, they need something na related to who I am, the number one na iniisip na, call Julia, she's the expert. Even with my competitors, call Julia, she is the expert in that. So naging consistent ako doon. And true enough, after ilang years na ako sa industry, 32 years sa fashion, and then barely 15 years in the image industry, medyo nandun pa rin. So sabi ko, so hindi naman kailangan, kasi yun ang nag-ano sa akin, yun ang personality ko. I cannot be very, very visible sa social media kasi weakness ko yon. But it doesn't mean hindi ako in demand doon sa aking target market. So that's my story ng aking personal brand.
Thank you for that, Miss Julia. I think your goal that you said a while ago was your goal to inspire has already been fulfilled because I very much am inspired right now. So thank you for all that you've said so far. How about you po, Miss Jozelle? Are there any personal success stories with clients, perhaps, that you would like to share?
But before I answer that, I just, because the comment that you mentioned earlier with Miss Julia about you being intimidated or like thinking how you are going to build your own personal brand, I just really wanted to say to you and to everyone who feels the same that everyone has a personal brand. Kahit na sabihin mo na ayoko, you have a personal brand, like anyone. And you also need to keep in mind that everyone starts from scratch. with no audience, no followers, no platform at all. That's why both of us, Miss Julia and I, are recommending that you start it from yourself. So you won't have any pressure because you will just think about yourself first. Like you can write your own hero's journey. You can write your own hero's journey and start from the very beginning, like when you were a kid. Like you ask questions, what are the things that you have accomplished? What are the things that interest you? And from there, you'll be able to actually compile so many things about yourself. And it will actually make you think that, oh, this could be something that I could leverage. This is something that I could, explore more. Or these are the things that I can do. What if I combine all of them and make it my superpower? And I just really wanted to say that because I've been on different talks or webinars before, and people were always intimidated on how they could start. But I'm glad that you were able to, see the light that it's just really as simple as being yourself. And one thing would be another the best tip that you could do besides starting it in creating the vision, so that, as Miss Julia mentioned, it's all about decision making as well. So if you have built your vision for your personal brand, then it's no going to be easier for you to decide on things. Is it aligned with vision I have for my personal brand? Yes or no? It's going to be a no-brainer for you. So anyway, um, as for the personal brand success stories, I would like to mention probably one popular who probably most of you knew, who is Elon Musk. I really like the guy because Elon Musk did a spectacular job at his personal brand because he constantly made sure that he was front and center of every venture he entered. He built his personal brand by actively engaging personally. You can even actually communicate with him, engage with him from time to time on his social media network. He's also signing his name on his projects, and he is allowing his core message and personality shine through all of these brands, these businesses na binibuild niya out of his own personal brand. Because I don't know with you, but it is not like other, businesses like Audi or maybe Lexus. These are mega brands who are also competitor of Tesla, but they don't have personal brand. But if you think about Tesla or SpaceX, you can easily think, oh, that's the owner of that is Elon Musk. And the same goes with um Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. More and more people are having successful personal brands because more and more people are also joining the unity and actually using their personal brand for their businesses. And that's what I'm doing with my clients. One of the successful clients that I am actually working with is also a freelancer, but she's she's striving to be a great coach for all of these freelancers. What she did was she documented every single thing that she does every single day. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, but that's what he is really um, advocating. Like you don't need to create a lot of stories. Like you don't need to write a long form blog or create like a 20-minute video. You just need to document everything that you are working on, like with work. Like an engineer or someone who does design. You just need to document the process that you are doing and then take a screen recording out of it and then you post it, then that's it. And then like, because here's the thing, people don't like the result. They want the journey. They want to know the process because they want to know how they are able to do it for themselves. 'Di ba? Madalas kasi ang nakita na ng mga tao is yung resulta, yung wins nila. And people get to, get to be deprived dun sa actual na proseso na ay hindi pa ganun kadali. Na he is not like one day millionaire or like one day success ka na agad. There's a long way to go. And nowadays, more and more people are getting more interested to know the actual backstage. They love the backstage. They want to know what's going on at the back because everyone knows already what's in front kung ano yung nasa stage, 'di ba? And if people, just like with my other clients, would want to actually inspire more people or their target audience, they want to, as mentioned of Miss Julia, create more genuine relationships, then you need to get to really show more of the backstage because people love that. They need to know the process, the journey, the hardships, the fun times, everything for you to be able to get the win. And so I believe those are some of the success stories that I could share because I really believe in them and the way we do our personal branding processes. It's not just showing the wins, the trophy, and all those awards, but actually showing people the real world journey of every personal brand. So yeah, I hope more people get to realize that because I know a lot of people are scared to actually show their weaknesses, their hardships, and they're just more into inspiring people with their wins, with all of the good things. Kasi nga ganun na yung social media natin, di ba? But what if mas lumabas yung mas totoo, yung mas dapat na makita ng tao, then maybe, just maybe, we get to inspire more genuine people and get them to really be okay lang pala. Then, okay, sige, I'll do it as well for myself.
Thank you for that
Lyra.
so much. Oh, yes.
Let me share. While listening to Jozelle, I just remember this person. Hindi ko siya kilala personally. Jonathan Yabot. He's a typical, when he started his career, no? Typical strong brand. Hanggang ngayon, he's really a strong brand. He started, di ba, yung work niya, kung nabasa mo yung kanyang story, na yung kanyang personal relationship nga, may konting problem pa siya doon. But when he submitted his video, with the video bio to the, winner siya ng basta yun, nakalimutan ko na, matagal na yun, basta winner siya. And then, di ba, may decision na yung management kung sino mananalo. But because he is a brand and he's consistent with his story, he's consistent and very clear kung ano talagang gusto niya, he was able to, di pa niya siguro alam ang branding, pero kasi unique nga sa kanya, focus lang siya doon, he won. And today, Jonathan Yabot, dati siyang nasa pharmaceutical, I think he was a product manager when he graduated marketing and product manager. Today, Jonathan Yabot is one of the thought leaders, no, inspiring people all over the world na hindi lang ng Pilipinas. So he's a typical personal na kumbaga successful na strong brand talaga siya. Try to watch the video paano siya nagsimula and everything. Medyo naputol na lang yung pagsunod ko sa kanya lately. Nag-iba na ako ng focus kasi. So yun. Siya, very, very inspiring story. Pati yung kanyang ginagawa, anong gusto niya, very, very clear nilagay niya sa video niya. What I want to do, these are my plans during the contest. O yun. Pero pagdating sa boss, di ba, si Tony Fernandez ba yun? Nag-change last minute, siyang nanalo. Meron siyang sinabi doon nakalimutan ko lang. So, panoorin niyo na lang yung video niya. Sobrang inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I actually haven't been familiar with the names that you mentioned, but I really will into those later because they really sound like they went through such inspiring times, and hopefully I get to be inspired as well. So there, thank you so much for all of for everything that you've shared today. I think we can end the talk show proper here. So there, thank you, Miss Julia and Miss Giselle, for a very, very insightful talk show session. We truly learned a lot about personal branding. Not so surprisingly, it really did strike me personally. Since it's personal branding, it really was personal. But yeah, I was really enlightened a lot about being able to establish who you really are, how to be able to sell yourself, how I can connect with the people that I love to connect to, and how I can be a part of a company that I'd like to be by making sure that they are in line with my values. So there. Uh, how is everyone after our talk? Yes, how is everyone? Please stick around because we will have our Q&A session after. This event wouldn't be possible without our company partners. Career Development Month 2020 is co-presented by UP CAPES and INKOMPASS in partnership with Accenture, Analog Devices, JPMorgan Chase and Company, Maxim Integrated, Mondele Philippines, Nestle Philippines, Texas Instruments Philippines Incorporated, and Unilever Philippines. And now we are back. What a short commercial break. We will now be having our Q&A session. Some of these questions are from our viewers here today. Our first, are both of you ready? All right. All right. For Miss Giselle, what are some highlights and challenges that you've experienced in building a creative consultancy?
Um, well, building a business is like a roller coaster. I've been always telling this to my colleagues, friends, mentors, like, oh my God, I really didn't know what I was thinking when I started building my business. It's like ang business kasi it's not about you anymore. Eh. It's not like having a job. Like kung pumasok ka o hindi, okay lang. Kapag sa negosyo, you already have other people. And I always value relationships over money. And in business, it's not like, like, ikaw lang yung magde-decide. Well, I am the CEO, yes, I do decide, but I still need to consider a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of feelings, you know. So, highlights would be one would be being emotionally attached. During my first few months of becoming an agency owner, I was really emotionally attached, you know, and I was just really being very generous, not knowing that it's a long way to go. So, siguro yun yung malaking highlight sa akin, which I'm actually happy about na na-experience ko or pinagdaanan ko na dapat pala ganito. Like, you need to have a perfect balance of yung analytical mo and emotional aspect mo dun sa negosyo. Because again, it's not just, it's not just about you, but also the people you work with, the clients, the team that you have. And siguro, as I've mentioned, personal branding is about transparency. One of the highlights is knowing that you need to have a cash flow sa business. That's really important na, oh, okay. Kasi, again, magkaiba yung kapag sa trabaho at saka iba yung negosyo, di ba? Like, okay, kung walang sweldo this month, okay lang. Eh, pero sa negosyo, hindi pwede yon. Kasi what about the people that you would, giving livelihoods to adang tao? So, yeah, I think those are the two things na I could say highlight in terms of the learnings that I have in business. But everything's, worth it. All of the things na napagdaanan ko, sobrang, siya, eye-opening. And sa Pilipino nga, mas tumitibay yung sikmura mo.
Thank you for that, Miss Giselle. I have a question for Miss Julia, if I may. It is, can you tell us more about your scientific and personalized approach to image and color analysis? And how can this approach help with one's career development?
Wow, baka abutin tayo ng bukas niyan. Bigla akong... Well, actually, image, no? Medyo mahabang kwento kasi yan. But siguro lang, tip ko lang is simple, no? But just with social media ngayon and, with this, to be honest, I'm enjoying the technology now compared before. Parang tipong, oh wow, kailangan ng internet ko sobra. Kasi ngayon, pag nagmi-meeting, di ba, Zoom na lang, and I was able to close business. I have this startup business now na legacy income siya, and I was able to close business na lang online. But the actual, kasi, if you really want to be very, very credible, you really need to consider how you project yourself, not just on camera. Madali kasing mag-focus ng ganito no? But you have to make sure that yung image mo, pag alis mo, nandoon pa rin, may impact pa rin sa kliyente mo, no? And then yung tanong mo, yung scientific, ano ba yung pakiulit nga ulit, sorry.
Scientific and personalized approach to image and color analysis.
Okay, so kwento pala talaga. Okay, ganito yon. I have gadgets na ginagamit. No, I start with skin tone. I start with your personality. Like in my case, my fashion personality. So meron akong test na you need to know ano ba yung fashion personality mo. Like I have a dramatic personality, the way ako magsalita. And sometimes medyo sumusobra ako doon. Kaya may mentor ako doon na you should know when to stop, when to say yung mataas ang boses, kailan din mababa. So yun. And that's an intimidating personality. So if you understand your fashion personality, you know how to choose. You can choose outfit that will tone down your personality. So if I'm talking to government accounts, no, kasi kliyente ko rin sila sa uniform. Dati-rati, pagka nasa government accounts ako, nagsusuot ako ng sobrang powerful, and nobody wants to talk to me. So pag nandun ako sa mga government accounts ko, ang suot kong damit, hindi naman ka-level nila. Level up naman ako because my business is in garments. I wear colors that are supportive and friendly. And these are colors that are related to your skin tone. Hindi brown kasi brown boring And then, if you want to maintain eye contact, you need to wear colors that are related to your eyes. So mga tipong ganyan. So I also use that. And we also consider the texture of the hair, the texture of your skin. Medyo scientific talaga siya. Medyo pinag-aaralan siya ng konti. But the good thing is that if you understand your tinatawag na personality, your fashion personality, you know your dramatic colors, you know your friendly colors, you know your romantic colors, or you know your tinatawag na super power colors, it's easy to connect to people. And lalo na kapag kilala mo yung sarili mo. Kasi if you know who you are, you know your assets. Like, as I said, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, I have a dramatic personality, but I am actually very traditional. I can wear one style of outfit in different colors. I have shoes na different colors, one style. Because that's my traditional personality. But I use that sometimes to intimidate people, sometimes to connect to people, and sometimes just to say, don't mess up with me without saying a word. So medyo scientific na konti. But guys, meron akong good news sa inyo. Don't worry because of social media. Oh wow, mag-research lang kayo about image. Hindi nyo na kailangang magbayad. Napakadami ng mga guru-guru na nagsasalita online. It's available. Lalo na ngayon with the pandemic. kaming mga image consultant, nabuboard ng hindi nagsasalita. So everybody sharing their ideas online. And it's all available, trust me, all over the world. Kaya medyo mahaba kasi pag kinuwento ko pa masyadong excited pa naman ako dyan, hindi ako naantok. But today, I'm wearing my dramatic Notice Me color because my dramatic Notice Me color is orange. So every time I conduct a big seminar, I always wear my powerful color. Kasi maliit po ako eh. I'm only 5. Cute na petite. So pag malaki ang stage, hindi na ako makikita, kulay na lang ng outfit plus yung boses ko. So yun, kaya may mga ganong strategy. But then again, everything is available online. All you have to do is start with knowing who you are. Kasi pag alam mo na kung sino ka, madali na talaga siya. Madali mo na siyang gawin.
Thank you so much for that. Goes to show that we just really have to mix and match, like when we're in our fitting rooms and just changing up what we wear, what's best for us. So thank you for that.
Oh, by the way, I'd like to add, the millennials, don't worry. Don't worry. You have all the freedom. Pinapatawad kayo pag nagkamali kayo ng color, huwag kayo mag-alala. Because no, you're young. You can get away with anything. But for people like us, like medyo yung aming mga size ng waistband is sometimes sumusunod sa edad. Alam mo yung ganun? Pag sumusunod sa edad yung size ng waistband, mahirap na mamili ng damit di ba? So kayo don't worry. Simpleng makeup, simpleng outfit, just make sure it's very professional. Again, as I said, it's available online. Don't worry, marami kayong makikita. But if you want to study more, well, I'm willing to coach you. Sabay ganun. If you want to become an image consultant.
Thank you for that advice. I really am sure that a lot of millennials these days have a lot of access to so many platforms where they can learn more about that. Moving on, I have a question for the both of you. What are your thoughts on imposter syndrome or the experience of believing you're not as competent as others? How can one overcome this? Do you have any advice for people with this kind of feeling? Perhaps Miss Giselle can go first.
Okay, imposter syndrome, the thing with that is it will never go away. That's the hard truth, And sometimes the more you achieve things, the more it will attack you. I knew it because every time I get to close a big deal, I get to close a project, I get to question, can I really do it? Why did you say yes? But it's just a matter of strength and actually carrying it. Para bang ganito yan eh. If you were hurt before by someone, okay, hindi siya yung totally mawawala na. The pain will just be there sa'yo. Kaso lang, since you need to, move on, you live your life, the pain will stay, but more and more, hindi mo na siya sobrang mapapansin kasi you are distracted with a lot of things. And it's the same way with imposter syndrome. It doesn't go away. Natatakpan lang siya, natatabunan lang siya. If you don't let yourself stay stuck, don't never let yourself stay at the bottom or get stuck because the more you get stuck or the more you linger dun sa negative thoughts, negative feelings, mas mahihirapan kang maka-move forward. What you can do is you can just really, do the things that you enjoy to do, the things that you are passionate about, the things that you know that can help you get the dreams that you have for yourself and your family. Like with me, every time on the delivery call, actually a client and ask a lot of questions because I do it in a different way. Instead of the client interviewing me, and every time I do that, usually close sales call on Zoom. And I talk, but my hands sometimes are shaking. But hindi naman niya nakikita yun eh. So I just need to grip my hand and start talking, asking questions because I'm battling myself. I feel like imposter syndrome, ikaw talaga yan. Sarili mo talaga yung kalaban mo. Ang magiging, the bottom line would be, yung sagot sa tanong, what is more important to you? Di ba? Ano ba yung goal mo? What is your why? What is the vision of your life? Like, and most of us know na imposter syndrome, hindi naman nagagawa sa atin talaga yun eh. It just makes us stuck, you know? But if you fight it with, moving forward, just really moving forward, even just a little bit, like every percent matters, then you'll be able to somehow overcome it. Or, again, matatabunan mo siya, And eventually, if when you do that, your parang yung psychological thinking mo dyan is wala na. But the truth is, nawala yon because you are doing what you know, what really matters to you, which is your work, your studies, or anything about it. And believe me, even my mentors were like really great, like experts in their industries. And even my clients, like my 7 million figure, 7-figure clients, they have this imposter syndrome. Like sometimes I just don't get it. Like really, and it's really, it's really eye opening na makita mo na kahit anong tado mo, kahit nag-uumpisa ka pa lang o kahit sobrang successful ka na katulad nila, oh my god, like it will attack you almost every single day. It's just a matter of perspective and knowing what matters to you.
Thank you for that. I think it really does hit home to me. But what you said about the imposter syndrome being so universal, like are, a lot of people unavoidably still get to feel it. But at least we still, knowing that we still have the power to overcome these, to do something else about it, to be distracted from that kind of feeling, really it really motivates us to be more than what we fear to be. So much. What about you, Paul? Miss Julia, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, my very practical ang approach ko dyan eh. Kasi, like, I'm 57. And yung ganyang klaseng feeling is, marami akong kwento dyan. I can make siguro mga 10 books about dyan. And first, I remember that, walang successful na tao hindi dumaan sa madaming insecurities. But the difference between success and failure kasi is hairline lang. It's actually a decision eh. If you want to stay doon sa negative or you just want to step forward. One step lang yun forward eh. Now, in branding, I was trained by William Maruda that you need, in branding kasi, you need to know first your VPs. Your VPs, ano yung VPs? Your vision for yourself, yung sinasabi nga ni Jozelle kanina, you must have a vision for yourself. And vision na yon, never let anybody agawin yan sa'yo because it's you. It's really you. So, no matter what it costs, dapat maharating ka doon. So, yung vision and then values. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take note of this. Your value operating principles to make your vision a reality. And most of the time, yung values mo na yan, vina-violate ng ibang tao yan. And minsan nga, ikaw nagva-violate yan eh. But there's a technique. The moment your values are being violated, simple lang. Stop, look, and listen. Very simple. Stop, tingnan mo. O na-violate mo, don't worry. Forgive yourself. And what other people nag-violate sa'yo, eh di, forgive them. Eh, mahirap ipatawarin yung mga yun eh. Eh di, iwas ka sa mga ganong klaseng mga events o mga situations, di ba? And then, the peace, another P, yung purpose. What is your purpose? Now, take note of this. The unique talent na binigay ni God sa'yo, Nung time na ginawa ka medyo joke ng konti to, but remember, nung ginawa ka ni God, tanda mo to nung ginawa ka ng Diyos, ang dami nyo ang dami natin sa loob, di ba? Ikaw nanalo. Ikaw nabuhay eh. The rest nawala sila, di ba? So you have that ability that you are an overcomer. And together with that, yung purpose na binigay ni God sa'yo, meron kang unique talent. Wherein yun ang gagamitin mo. Again, as I said, going back, nung graduate ko ng high school, ang gusto ko lang malaking sweldo eh. So I took up BS chemistry. I wanted to take up chemical engineering. Sabi ng classmate ko kasi, and I think my story will inspire you. Sabi kasi ng classmate ko, ay ano bang kurso? Sabi ko sa kanya na malaki ang sweldo pagka-graduate ko. That was in 1980s. Sabi niya, ang tita ko, chemical engineer. 4,000 ang sweldo. Sabi niya, may kotse. And you know what I said? Yan ang kursong kukunin ko. So, ang mom ko, by the way, she's a jack of all trade, master of none. In short, she's a vendor. I grew up without a father, so yun, ganun. I'm the eldest in a family of 9. And nag-decide na ako sa sarili ko, bata pa ako. Hindi ko gustong gayahin ang mom ko. Kasi tinitingnan ko ang mom ko, everyday, hindi namin alam kung saan kami kukuha ng pagkain. And sabi ko, naku, lagot ako. Pag ito namatay ang nanay ko, ang dami kong mamanahin, yung mga kapatid ko. So, bata pa lang ako, sabi ko, I will become successful. I will become successful. Alam mo sa probinsya, pag may nahuhulog na star, sabi nila, mag-wish upon the star ka daw. I will become successful. Hindi ko pa alam. Basta ako, sabi ko lang, malaking sweldo. So I told my mom, by the way, I'm from Mindanao. My dad is Kapampangan, my mom is Bisaya. And I grew up in Mindanao. Sabi ko, ma'am, mag-aaral ako sa Davao. So doon nakafocus na ako sa Davao. Why? Gusto ko exclusive school. Wala namang pera ang mom ko. Bahala siya. Problema niya yun. Ang nasa mind ko, my role is just to study harder. Mama ko, problema niya magbigay ng tuition fee. Kung saan galing pera, problema ng Diyos yun. Total, madasalin naman siya. Yun lang talaga yung mindset ko. Naka-focus ako sa vision ko. So, in short, nag-aral ako sa Immaculate Conception College. That was an exclusive school for girls. Para walang boys. Kasi, di ba, mahirap istorbo yung boys eh. Kasi gusto ko nga maging successful, di ba? So, when I went there, tingnan niyo ano sabi ko. Sabi nung, hindi ako tumingin kung anong binibigay na curriculum. Sabi ko lang, sabi nung registrar, anong kursong kukunin mo, Iha? And I said, Chem-Eng. O diba, Chem-Eng sinabi ko, Chem-Eng. Sabi ng registrar, but we don't have Chem-Eng here. And I said, ganun, ano po ang merong kahawig? Kasi nasa isip ko, pag kahawig, malaki din sweldo. Sabi niya, what we have here is BS chemistry. And I said, sige po, yun na lang. And the teacher looked at me, parang hindi naman siya matalino. Tinignan niya ang mom ko, parang hindi naman makabayad ng tuition fee. Ang sabi niya, sigurado ka ba, Iha? Alam mo bang napakahirap ng kurso na yon? Ang sabi ko, may nakapasa, ma'am? Sabi niya, pero kung kaya nila, kaya ko din yan. Grabe, puro scholars ang classmate ko. Hindi naman ako scholar. But ladies and gentlemen, I was with the best. So I became the second best. O diba? Lahat sila honor because they had to attain a certain grade. Nakakaya naman sa teacher ko, ibagsak niya ako. Kaya ako na-on-call din ng konti. And walang luck. Walang swear, walang chamba. Everything is naka-program yan. So, do not let other people grab that opportunity sa'yo. Just, these failures are actually your stepping stone. Tama ang sinasabi ni Miss Jozelle, no? Na let go lang, move on ka lang. And the next P is passion. Anything that you are passionate about, trust me, you will become successful. I took up BS chemistry. I landed a job as a medical representative. I was undergraduate nung time na nakuha nila ko. I was the undergraduate hired by Zuellic Pharma. Hindi magaling mag-English, hindi marunong magsalita. I came from the province, madaming insecurities. Pero sabi ko, I'm the only one, wala akong relative sa Maynila. Ang choice ko lang is maging successful. Kasi pag hindi ako naging successful, wala na akong trabaho. Plus, yung kotse. Remember, sabi ko yung kotse. Plus the 4,000 na salary. And then look at myself after 6 years, oh wow, ayokong trabaho forever. Hindi ako sa damit. So I started with damit. And then the rest is history. By the way, the swerte was, reklamador ako sa corporate uniform namin. So sabi nila, gawing committee chairman yan kasi maarte sa damit. Nung binigyan nila ako ng ganong opportunity, wala akong napili. And hindi ko alam, yun pala yung gift ni God. So, din-nurture ko lang. So, again, Never let other people intimidate or grab that opportunity sa'yo. Number two, let go lang. Bata ka pa, ang dami-dami pang ang dami-dami niyo pang opportunities. And that's the beauty ng branding. Today, palpa ka, don't worry, tomorrow, rebrand ka lang ulit. Palpa ka ulit, o rebrand ka lang ulit. Di ba tinam yung Starbucks o kaya yung Coke? You can change your brand story if you want. So, don't worry. Marami pang opportunities. Thank you so much. Sorry, napahaba ng konti.
Lyra, just to add, because while listening to Miss Julia, and she kept on mentioning millennials, and so I get to wonder, most probably you guys who will be watching this video or who are actually watching our live stream, you are probably thinking of like practical tips or actionable items. I guess if you have imposter syndrome, you need to level up your skills, knowledge, and capabilities in your chosen niche or industry because nothing delivers peace of mind like true competency. And understand the value you bring to other people, to clients, to your colleagues. You combine these two, and definitely you're on your way of fighting your imposter syndrome. Because having only one is not enough, but actually knowing you're competent and knowing your value will definitely kill all of those imposter syndrome that you.
Thank you so much for all of your sharings. I believe the message in general that you are both trying to convey is to at first be kind to yourself and to be comfortable with yourself, and then everything will be cultivated from there. So that was really inspiring to hear. So thank you so much both for saying that. Okay, we can now proceed for the last part of our Q&A session. We will be having a fast talk. So the order of answering questions will be Miss Julia and then Miss Giselle. And please try to answer as you can. It is fast talk. So are we all ready?
Mahirap yata yung challenge tayo na. Sige, try natin.
All right. Once again, it will be Miss Julia and then Miss Giselle. Okay. We can start now. Okay. One word to describe yourself when you first started your personal branding journey.
Inspiring.
Joyful.
Source of inspiration.
Sorry.
Source of inspiration.
My family.
Mom.
Life motto.
My pastor.
Jump whenever you're scared.
Last piece of advice for those who want to develop their personal brand.
Just go for it.
The best time to start a personal brand was tomorrow. The next best time is today.
Correct.
Okay. That ends our fast talk session. Thank you again, once again, so much for taking your time to do this. But before we end, would you like to promote or plug any personal branding coaching services or resources for all of our viewers today?
Okay, for me, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, right now, because masyado akong busy, wala akong mga, just connect lang with me sa LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn profile. You can just connect. But please, if magpo-post kayo sa LinkedIn, wag kayong wag kayo nakatoga ha, hindi kayo hire, hindi kayo babayaran ng malaking sweldo. Di ba tama ako, Jozelle, no? Yung bang looking for a job, wag okay? So, connect sa LinkedIn profile ko. And then yung announcements done.
I think what Miss Julia was saying is connect genuinely and just build a genuine conversation on social media because that's what can help you lead to your first or next client or job opportunity. For me, you can definitely follow me on social media. Let's connect. If you have any questions, any clarifications, any violent reactions, you can definitely message me. I'm usually active on Facebook, but I also have Instagram and YouTube. You can just search Jozelle Tech.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you guys so much once again. Thank you, Miss Julia Robillos and Miss Jozelle Tech, for the insightful session about personal branding. Thank you to the both of you.
Thank you so much for the
Thank
opportunity.
you. Thank you.
All right. Once again, a big thank you to our guests for today's talk show. We greatly appreciate your time to answer our questions on personal branding. We also look forward to applying what you just taught us in our business endeavors in today's setting. As a token of gratitude, we hereby present our certificates of appreciation. UP presents the certificates of appreciation to Miss Julia Robillos and Miss Jozelle Tech for imparting their valuable insights and inspirations as our guest speakers for the personal branding talk of career development month given the 25th day of November 2020. Again, thank you to our speakers for imparting your knowledge on essential elements, tips, and skills needed in preparing one's brand for our future careers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lyra. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that officially concludes our session today. Thank you to everyone for joining us. This event wouldn't be possible without our company partners. Career Development Month 2020 is co-presented by UP CAPES and INKOMPASS in partnership with Accenture, Analog Devices, JPMorgan Chase and Company, Maxim Integrated, Mondele Philippines, Nestle Philippines, Texas Instruments Philippines Incorporated, and Unilever Philippines. A big thank you to everyone for attending Career Development Month 2020. We hope to see you again in the next UP Capes events. Once again, I am Lyra, and have a great day. Bye, everyone.